Okay, today we're going to look at a little bit of a spinal mobility thing. So if you've got sore back, low back pain, upper back stiffness, you work in an office, you often feel tight, I would strongly recommend you do some of these exercises. Now there is an assessment you can do separate to this to go a sort of level deeper, but as a nice starting point and something that you can throw into your warm up, I'm just going to show you some of the movements that I recommend you do. And I would do these pretty much every day if you're tight, and if you're not, you can put it into your upper body sessions. But just remember, from our spine, there's a lot happening there. By getting our spine moving a little bit better, you'll probably feel your hips feel a little bit better, your shoulders feel a little bit better, and of course your back feels a hell of a lot better. So as a starting point, just to give you an idea, is what we want to do is really improve the range of the extension of our spine. All right, very often, modern day, we're hunched over on our mobile phones, we're at an office all day, and our posture isn't all that great. Now this isn't good, bad, it's just not optimal. Now, as a football player, or as an athlete of any sort, we want to make sure we can move well, so we can rotate well, we can move side to side, our arms can move in certain positions, especially if you're a goalkeeper where hands are coming overhead. So in a nutshell, we want to be able to have the spine moving forward, which it does pretty much daily. We want to be able to move it back, we want to be able to move it sideways, and also having it been able to rotate. So here is the exercise. What we're going to focus on is getting it to move sideways and rotating. And by doing that, that will actually unlock a lot of mobility this way. With any sort of mobility, flexibility work, if there's one thing you can take away from it, it would be that take it easy with it and ease yourself in. You've probably done a lot of mobility, a lot of flexibility in the past and thought to yourself, I do it, but I don't see much improvement. And that's mainly because people get into these stretches or these joint positions where they're going, they're all grimacing, they're holding their breath, and it's agony for 10 seconds and they let go. So you're basically just going from 0 to 100, your nervous system's locking up, because all that's happening is your nervous system's saying, I don't like this, I'm going to protect you because you're going to hurt yourself. So it tightens all your muscles up. So we have to teach your nervous system that actually the position you're going into is actually safe. And the only way you can do that is to start in a position you're comfortable with. So as an easy analogy, if I was going to touch my toes and say I can only get to here, what often happens, you'll see it in warm-ups, post-match, people at home stretching their hamstrings, they're bouncing up and down, they're holding, they're really, really tight, and then they're going, oh, it's too sore. But as soon as you go too far, your body's thinking, I don't like that, and it's locking up this hamstring. You're not going to really get much movement there. What would be a much better option would be to go sort of 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Take some deep breaths, maybe some small pulses, hold it, and then you'll find that your body starts to drop into that position, because all that's happening is your nervous system is allowing you to relax and sink into that space because it now feels safe. So for the joints, it's probably more important. I would rather you got really, really mobile and stable on your joints than just flexible, because all the muscles are attached to your joints. So if your joints don't move very well, your muscles are always going to be tight. Very, very often, people with tight hamstrings have actually got hips that don't move very well. So the hamstrings are holding on for dear life because the hips can't move. And every time something's moving in your body, your hamstrings are having to try and keep your hips stable. And without moving those hips very well, those hamstrings are always going to feel tight no matter how much you stretch them. So we have to get our hips in a good position, spine in a good position, make sure they move well. Same with our ankles, same with our shoulders. So what we're going to do here is start off with, let's just do right side first. We're going to go side bend to the left and we're going to rotate to the right. Okay, so it's opposite. So you're side bending to the left, rotating to the right. So what you'll find here is I'm using my hand to sort of flop over. That just gives me some momentum to side bend in here. Notice I'm not going diagonal, I'm side bending, and then my left hand is driving through under my armpit. All right, so I'm left side bending and I'm using this hand through my armpit to allow my upper body to rotate and look right into the sun. So side bend and rotate through. As a starting point, do it slowly, segment it, so go left, side bender in here, you should feel a fold in the side of your torso, and then just rotate round. Think of rotating through your chest as you do that. The elbow should rotate round and the hand should drive through. Now do about 15 reps on this side and then just repeat it on the opposite side. So you're side bending and you're rotating through. Side bending, you're rotating through. Once you've done 15 reps on each side, you're now going to go to the opposite thing. So what's going to happen is you're now going to side bend and rotate on the same side. So my right foot's forward, left side bend, the elbow now is going to drive me around. So I'm side bending to my right, I'm rotating my right. side bending to the right, rotating to the right. So now that hand is still driving me over, but this right elbow is driving down and diagonal, which is giving me that rotation. And with my eyes, I'm just following my elbow as far as I can. Reset, next one, the arm. The eyes should get a little bit further round. So what you can do is, if you've got a teammate, they can stand behind you with a foot and just every so often, every couple of reps, move a little bit to the side, move a little bit to the side, just to make sure you're constantly trying to get that a little bit further. You'll then repeat that on the opposite side. So arm, round, sorry, wrong way, side bend, round, side bend, round. If you keep forgetting what leg to put forward, just remember that the leg's only coming forward so we can remove hip mobility. If I rotated like this, I should get a lot further because my hip's rotating and my spine's rotating. But if I completely removed this hip by bringing the knee forward, I can't get as far because my hip can't rotate as well. All right, so just bring that forward to the side that you're rotating round. So just to recap, you can do this in any order you want. There is an assessment to see what's the best order, but as a starting point, you can just do them all four sides. So you're going side bend, rotate, going side bend, rotate, and then you can go side bend, rotate, side bend, rotate. So as you can see, it's side bend and side bend and rotate to the same side, side bend and rotate to the same side, and then you've got side bend and rotate to the opposite side, side bend and rotate to the opposite side. Key things again is good quality. Take your time with it. Notice I'm not just flying about super fast, or I'm trying to bend forward and get as far as I possibly can. I'm holding my breath. It's just a nice easy rep, go as far as you can. Nice easy rep, go as far as you can, a little bit further, and ease yourself into it, about 15 reps. Once you do that, what you'll actually find is, if you had to arc your back, you'd actually see that you've got more range. So if you took your top off and you initially done an initial test like this, and you flex your spine, you'd see that extended your spine, you would see that it maybe be a bit jammed up and it's not really got a nice C shape. After doing exercise of 15 reps, 20 reps on each side there, and you retested it, it would probably definitely feel better, but you'd also see that the C shape of the spine was a lot better. So I encourage you to give that a try. 15 reps on each side. If you want to go one level deeper and you have got some serious low back issues that aren't medical related, then look at the spinal assessment as well. That should be somewhere in one of the modules, and that will give you an idea of what side to start on first, so you can get the most out of it, and again, ease your nervous system into it one step at a time.